You have the next 18 minutes to find out whether you're living with a faithful woman or sleeping next to a skilled liar. The signs are already there, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, in the very air of your home. Most men are too scared to look for them. Today, you'll be the exception, because the truth is always better than comfortable lies. Look, I know this is hard to even think about. The possibility that the woman you love, the woman you trust, could be bringing another man into your most intimate space. But denial won't protect you. Ignorance won't save you. Only knowledge will. These 7 clues are based on patterns that repeat across cultures, across countries, across every relationship where this betrayal happens. And if you're man enough to face reality, keep watching. Before we go down this path that might change everything you thought you knew about your relationship, I need 3 things from you. First, hit that like button right now, not later, now. This video is about to expose truths that make people uncomfortable. Second, subscribe and ring that bell, because what I'm about to show you is just the beginning. Third, comment your city. I want to see how global this reality really is, because betrayal has no borders, and neither does this brotherhood of aware men. Clue number 1, the bedroom geography changes. The first clue is subtle but undeniable. Suddenly, your side of the bed feels different. This isn't about paranoia. This is about physics. Another man's body leaves different impressions, different weight distribution patterns. Your bed becomes a map of betrayal, and the evidence is in the details you've been trained to ignore. You might come home and notice your pillow isn't where you left it. The sheets are tucked differently than your habit. Your side of the mattress feels disturbed, even though she claims she was alone all day. The indentation patterns don't match a single person sleeping. Here's the psychology behind this. When a woman brings another man into your bed, she's not just committing adultery. She's erasing your presence from your own space. She needs to make room for him, physically and mentally. Your belongings get shifted, your side gets invaded, your territory gets redistributed. She can wash the sheets, she can fluff the pillows, but she can't erase the muscle memory of occupation. If your bed feels like a hotel room when you return, too perfect, too unfamiliar, too clean, someone else has been making themselves comfortable in your absence. Pay attention to these micro changes. Your subconscious notices them before your logical mind does. That uncomfortable feeling when you lie down, that's not stress from work. That's your primal brain detecting territorial violation. But this next clue is even more telling. It's about what happens to your personal belongings. Your personal items get accidentally hidden. Your stuff mysteriously disappears when you're not around. This isn't coincidence. It's choreography. She's creating a fantasy where you don't exist, and your presence needs to be edited out so he can feel like he belongs there. Your pajamas get buried deep in the closet. Personal items from your nightstand vanish into drawers. Photos of you get turned face down or temporarily relocated. Your toiletries get moved to inconvenient places. She's literally erasing you from your own bedroom. The psychology here is fascinating and disturbing. When another man enters your space, your identity becomes inconvenient evidence. Everything that screams, "This is his territory," needs to be hidden or minimized. She's not just cheating on you, she's auditioning a life without you. Think about it. If you brought someone to your partner's house, wouldn't you feel uncomfortable seeing their personal items everywhere? The same logic applies here. She needs to create an environment where he doesn't feel like an intruder, which means making you the ghost in your own home. Watch for this pattern. Items that are normally visible become hidden. Personal touches disappear temporarily, and your footprint in the bedroom shrinks mysteriously. She might claim she's organizing or cleaning, but the real reason is space management for another occupant. Your belongings don't just randomly relocate themselves. Someone is actively managing the visual landscape of your bedroom, and it's not for your benefit. Clue number 3 will make you question everything you thought you knew about your own home. Strange scents in familiar places. Your bedroom smells like another man's territory. This is where science meets betrayal, because scent is the most primitive sense we have. It bypasses logic and hits you directly in the gut. When another man marks your territory, your primal brain knows it immediately. You walk into your bedroom and catch an unfamiliar cologne. Not yours, not hers, but something masculine and foreign. You find a different sweat scent on your pillows, a stranger's natural odor embedded in your sheets. Your towels carry the signature of someone else's body chemistry. Here's what makes this particularly brutal. Scent lingers longer than visual evidence. She can hide objects, she can change sheets, but odor molecules embed themselves in fabric, in air, in the very atmosphere of your space. Your nose doesn't lie, and it doesn't forget. Watch how she responds to this evidence. She might become obsessive about air fresheners, constantly burning candles, opening windows for fresh air, or claiming she's trying new cleaning products. These aren't improvements, they're cover-ups. The science behind this is simple. Human pheromones are designed to communicate presence, territory, and intimate activity. When another man spends time in your intimate space, he leaves chemical calling cards that your biology recognizes as threat signals. Trust your nose. If something smells off, if there's a scent that doesn't belong, if the air in your bedroom carries unfamiliar notes, that sick feeling in your stomach isn't paranoia. It's your evolutionary alarm system screaming that your territory has been invaded. She might gaslight you about this one more than any other clue, because smell is subjective and hard to prove. But your body knows what it knows. But wait until you hear clue number 4. This one involves your most personal space. Your bathroom becomes a crime scene. 2 men cannot use the same bathroom without leaving traces. This is basic forensics applied to infidelity. Your bathroom tells stories that she can't fully edit, no matter how thorough she thinks she's being. The toilet seat position changes, not just up or down, but the angle it rests at. Different men have different heights, different habits, different ways of existing in a space. You notice hair in the shower drain that isn't yours. Different color, different texture, different curl pattern. The toothpaste tube gets squeezed differently than your method. Towels hang at heights that don't match your reach. Soap sits in positions you didn't leave it. The mirror shows fingerprint smudges at angles that don't correspond to your height or handedness. Even the way toilet paper tears reveals different usage patterns. Here's the psychology. Men are creatures of habit in private spaces. We have our routines, our preferences, our unconscious behaviors. When another man uses your bathroom, he brings his own patterns, his own instincts, his own way of moving through space. She might deep clean obsessively, but she can't account for every variable. Different men leave different energy signatures in intimate spaces. The bathroom becomes a forensic goldmine because it's where people are most unguarded, most natural, most themselves. Look for subtle changes in how things are positioned, used, or left. Your bathroom should feel like your bathroom when you return to it. If it feels like someone else has been conducting their morning routine in your space, trust that instinct. The evidence is in the details she can't control. Water patterns on shower walls, steam marks on mirrors, even the way the bathroom mat sits on the floor. Different bodies create different footprint patterns, different weight distributions, different impact signatures. Clue number 5 is so subtle that most men miss it completely, but it's one of the most telling signs. The digital footprint in your space. Technology doesn't lie, and neither does your smart home. In our connected world, betrayal leaves digital breadcrumbs that are almost impossible to completely erase. Your house itself is keeping receipts. Your Wi-Fi router shows unknown devices connecting during your absence. Your smart TV has viewing history for content you never selected. Music streaming services show playlists that aren't yours playing during times you weren't home. Smart lights and thermostats record usage patterns that don't match a single occupant. Your Amazon Alexa or Google Home has voice interaction logs that might include unfamiliar voices. Ring doorbells and security cameras capture shadows, movements, or timing patterns that don't align with her claimed activities. Even your smart thermostat records when someone adjusted the temperature while you were away. Here's the modern reality. We live in surveilled homes without realizing it. Every connected device creates logs, stores data, remembers interactions. When another person enters your space, they interact with your technology ecosystem, often without thinking about the digital trail they're leaving. Check your Netflix viewing history. Look at your Spotify recently played lists. Review your router's connected devices log. Examine your smart home app for unusual activity patterns. The digital evidence doesn't have emotions, doesn't lie to spare feelings, doesn't gaslight you about what really happened. She might be careful about physical evidence, but technology requires a different kind of awareness to manipulate effectively. Most people don't think about digital forensics when they're in the heat of betrayal. Your devices saw everything. Your house recorded the truth. The question is, are you ready to look at the logs? Clue number 6 will hit you like a punch to the gut. It's about how your own bed betrays you. Physical evidence on your sheets. Your bed tells stories you don't want to hear. This is the most brutal clue because it involves the physical evidence of intimacy that occurred in your most sacred space. It's not just betrayal, it's desecration. Different hair lengths and colors on your pillowcases, stains on sheets that aren't yours, in locations that don't match solo occupancy, scents absorbed into fabric that belong to neither you nor her regular fragrance, makeup traces on pillowcases when she doesn't wear makeup at home. The physics of intimacy leaves signatures that are difficult to completely eliminate. Different body weights create different mattress impressions. Different skin produces different oil patterns on fabric. Different activities leave different residue patterns. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Passion leaves evidence. Always. She can wash sheets multiple times, but if you know what to look for, the truth is written in the fabric of your own bed. Certain biological markers, certain chemical signatures, certain physical traces tell stories that detergent can't completely erase. Look for inconsistencies in cleanliness patterns. If she's suddenly obsessive about immediately washing bedding after your absences, that's behavioral evidence supporting physical evidence. If sheets smell like unfamiliar soap or detergent, she's trying to eliminate odor evidence. This clue hits your primal masculine instinct hardest because it represents the ultimate territorial violation. Another man in your bed isn't just adultery. It's a direct assault on your most intimate domain. It triggers every evolutionary alarm system about mate guarding and territorial defense. The evidence might be subtle, but your body recognizes it immediately. That visceral reaction when you lie down in your own bed. That's not mental disturbance. That's biological recognition of contamination. And the final clue, number 7. This one will change how you see your bedroom forever. Her behavior around the bedroom changes. Guilt changes how she moves in your most intimate space. This is pure behavioral psychology. When someone violates a sacred space, they can no longer inhabit it naturally. The bedroom becomes a crime scene in her mind, and her body language reveals this psychological shift. She avoids spending time in the bedroom with you. Conversations that used to happen naturally in bed now get redirected to the living room or kitchen. She changes clothes quickly, almost frantically, when entering the bedroom. Intimacy gets suggested for anywhere except the bed, the couch, the guest room, even the floor. She becomes obsessively focused on changing bedding, redecorating, or refreshing the bedroom environment. She can't look at that space the same way anymore because every glance reminds her of what happened there. The guilt makes her want to transform the scene of the crime. Watch her eye contact patterns in the bedroom. Does she avoid looking directly at the bed? Does she seem uncomfortable or restless when you're both in that space? Does she find excuses to leave quickly or keep conversations brief? Her body language tells the story, her words won't. She might sit rigidly on the edge of the bed instead of relaxing into it. She might avoid her usual comfortable positions or habits in that space. The natural, easy way she used to move through your shared bedroom gets replaced by tension, avoidance, or artificial behavior. This psychological phenomenon makes sense when you understand guilt and spatial memory. That bedroom holds vivid memories of her betrayal. Every time she enters, her brain replays those scenes. The cognitive dissonance of maintaining normal intimacy with you in a space where she violated your trust creates unbearable psychological pressure. She can't unsee what happened there. She can't unknow what that bed represents. And her behavior shifts reflect this internal conflict between maintaining the illusion and managing her own psychological discomfort. Gentlemen, we've just walked through 7 clues that separate the men who know from the men who wonder. But this isn't where it ends. This is where your real life begins. If you found 3 or more of these clues, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Your relationship is operating on a foundation of deception. She's not just lying about her activities. She's systematically violating the most sacred space in your shared life. And that level of betrayal requires a response equal to its severity. The harsh reality is this. Some of you right now are making excuses. Maybe she's just stressed. Maybe I'm overthinking. Maybe it's nothing serious. Brother, stop. Your instincts brought you to this video for a reason. Listen to them. If this video just changed your perspective, for better or worse, hit that like button. Subscribe because we're building a community of men who choose awareness over comfortable ignorance. In the comments, I want you to type your city. Here's your homework, and it's going to be the most important assignment of your life. Tonight, when you get home, walk through your bedroom like an investigator. Look for these 7 clues with fresh eyes. Really look. And then ask yourself one fundamental question. Am I living in reality or accepting comfortable fiction? Because the truth will set you free. But first, it's going to challenge everything you thought you knew about your relationship. To those of you who found these clues in your own home, welcome to the most difficult chapter of your life, but also your most honest one. Because on the other side of this painful truth is a man who will never be deceived again. Until next time, stay alert, stay strong, and remember, your bedroom should be your sanctuary, not someone else's secret playground. You deserve loyalty, honesty, and a partner who honors the sacred space you share. Don't accept anything less. This is your wake-up call. What you do with this information defines who you become next.